So we have a very interesting guest today. His name is Harshith. He has been my classmate. When we did our masters together, we were at the same college. We spent about 2 years together. Otherwise, Harshith hails from Chikmagalur. That's a very beautiful, very scenic town in Karnataka. He did his schooling there, and for his pre-university, he went to Satya Sai Center for Higher Learning, Mudenahalli. Post his pre-university, he joined BCom honors at Christ University, and then his father wanted him to do some training for IAS. So his father sent him to identify a few training centers where he could train, and he did go. He went all around India in search of paper industries because he wanted to start his first startup, Paperwala. So he spent about 8 months in Pune, Gramodyog, where he learned about paper recycling, and he came back and started his Paperwala. He also joined for his PhD program. However, after spending about 1.5 years at Jain University, he quit his PhD program to become a farmer. In between, he did do a few other things. I think those aspects Harshit will talk to us while we have this discussion happening. So here is my warm welcome, Harshit. Please join us. We have a very good number of people who is keen to hear your story. And I want to introduce our guest for today, Neha. Neha is a BA graduate. She is yet to write her exams, and she'll be our host for today. So over to you, Neha and Harshit.
Hi Harshith, welcome to today's session. It's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Everybody.
How are you feeling today?
It's as usual. I mean, it's a nice feeling being in a village. It's really exciting every day. It's a nice day. Yeah, it's quite different today
I can,
because today is the first something I'm doing online in like around what 15 people are there. This is something new. Yeah, and exciting as well.
okay. I can see that you're sitting outdoors. Are you sitting under a tree?
Yeah, I'm sitting under this jackfruit tree, I guess. Yeah.
That's nice. Okay. So, will you take us through the major milestones of your life?
Major milestones. Okay. So, okay. Hi, everybody. Just a brief introduction about how I've come so far. The first thing is I've done my schooling in a small town called Mudigere. I mean, I don't know how many of you know it, but it's a small town with like what 5,000 people. The thing in our place is it's very nice. It's very greenery. It's full of forest and things like that. So my father is a state government employee, he's an engineer. So he kept on getting transferred, but we stayed in our hometown till my schooling. So it was a very nice childhood, I could say that, always being with nature, playing around, and trust me, there was nothing like no electronic gadgets that time. There's nothing. The whole day we spent like so enthusiastically, so interesting. Every day was because we are excited to play all the time. So I was that kid who would be there 24 hours outside, and my mom would be waiting with the stick outside the house, to beat me up that I've not come home. So this was a kind of childhood. So somebody, if somebody asked me about my childhood, that is the best thing what I could say, because the variety of experience, the variety of games, and most of you would have also done this. Uh, uh, but today we don't see that much, so that is why I'm just telling that how you know nice that old days was, the childhood. So obviously I haven't come to Bangalore till then. Even after my PU, I have not come to Bangalore. So Bangalore is something which is always exciting place, like big places, buildings and things like that. So always excited to come to Bangalore. So after my PU, I all of a sudden come to Christ University, and that is a new world to me. Like it's it's totally new world, because first thing is I've never spoke English. I didn't know anything apart from Kannada. Okay, so and I come, and somebody, I think I was in front of the auditorium for induction, and somebody come and tell, what's up dude, what's your name, and things like that. And like shocked. Okay, what do I tell now? No, that was a kind of a humiliation. What I could say is that everybody are in this formals and things like that, and trust me, we didn't know what is formals and things like that. So that was kind of cultural change that I had.
Was
Uh,
it difficult for you to adapt to the lifestyle here that time?
yeah, it was a very difficult thing. The thing is, it's like Bangalore was totally a new world. So you see different and what happened is, in my class I did not have people much from Karnataka, maybe what I could say around 5 or 6, and everybody are from different states out of 80, and different, I mean, there were at least 10 people from different countries. So it was a cultural shock. I never spoke to anybody something like that. uh, it was kind of very difficult for first 3 months, where the first 3 months the only aim of my life was to learn English. So that I could say that that was the always which was in my mind, that okay, I have to speak good English if I have to gel with these people. So that was kind of a cultural change. So what happened later is, okay, as days went on, got used to Bangalore. Then again, the complete changeover took from small town boy to the modern city guy. So I spent almost, now 9 years in Bangalore. So during graduation, there is always one itching inside me telling that I want to do something big. I think this is something which was there uh, in from the childhood, that I need to do something big in life. So this is one nature of me which always push me to go further. So I don't know, even in school or in my college, it's always I did not wanted to get back and tell, no, 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 this is not my thing, kind of a thing. But I always, something which always pushed me was my nature, maybe, that no, whatsoever, let me go push, see myself, where do I see, and things like that. So postgraduate, during, I think in my second year of college, there is one particular incident which happened. So the college second year, I was very outgoing, talking to a lot of people and things like that. So there's my HOD called and told that there is one organization called Cry. Sorry, not Cry, Mad. So it's called as Make a Difference. So this is a organization who has come looking for volunteers for their NGO. So my HOD called and told, "Will you go and help them finding out volunteers?" So what we did is we went near the gate of Christ, and I didn't know anything about MAD by then. So I then I as inquired, they told that, see, this is somewhere the third year degree students from Kerala called university has started something called MAD, where weekend college graduates can go and teach the children. And that stuck me for a moment, because uh, I think I was in also a similar lines at the same age. So somebody has done something very big, which is making a bigger difference in society, and it is like, wow, it's nice. It's nice to hear, and it feels good. So me and one of my friend was standing, and we were like, dude, I mean, this is something somebody else has done it, and of our age. And I think instead of getting into this regular stuff, and that we should try and explore something what we can do in life. So post that, we were all thinking, we were never thinking about sitting for interviews and getting into some company. We were all thinking about, no, we'll do something. So there is bunch of group of people. We went to some tea stall, sitting about what business we can do. Some like group of friends were sitting and thinking, oh, we'll do that business. This business is good. We'll design helmets which has a music system in the helmet. All these different things we were just brainstorming and things like that. And suddenly, but there is one thing which was like always in me, that if I do something, it should be of a social sector. So there should be some difference that could happen to the society, not for the sake of money. Let me do something for a social sector. That is what one thing which is in my mind. And during that time, there was a huge hangama about this dry waste, wet waste, and waste management and things like that. That is when, okay, let me check. I mean, there is so much of waste which is generated across the country. So let me see if I can do something with this. So then what I did is, okay, I think I was in the last year of my college, and it was Christmas holidays. In Christ, we usually get around a week's more than a week time of for as a holiday. And my father told, okay, after your graduation, you should go, you should join some academy for IS. My father wanted me to become an IS officer. I was, quite good at studies and things like that, so he wanted me to do IAS. So I was like, okay, fine, IAS. The thing is, again, I was like, no, I am not going to bureaucracy and all the government thing. I never. My father is a government employee, and I know what happens there. So I'm like, no, I am not going to get into that headache in my life. So what I took is, I took money silently. I took a train and went across this. Started searching about recycling paper and things like that. So there were a couple of industries in Pune. There is some industry in Bombay and Delhi, Jaipur. So there are different places where there were some industries of handmade. I mean, I think you guys would have come across this handmade paper. So when I searched online and things like that, where from waste paper they're making handmade paper and things like that, it kind of like interested me quite a lot. So I went down to these industries. So I would randomly go to that place, tell that I've come to see the paper, and I'm interested in this. And also, I would go check it out how it works and things like that. So after that, I shortlisted few things. Then I found out that there is an institute in Pune which teaches how to recycle paper. So it's called Khadi Gramodyoga institution. Then I figured out that this is something which is free of cost. You don't have to pay anything. Instead, they will only pay you a stipend of 1,000 rupees. So I was like very delighted. Okay, somebody is paying us 1,000 rupees, and I'm making us to study as well. And also they were giving some hostel facilities and all. So I was like, what else you require? You are getting money, you are getting hostel. Okay, right, we'll go. So I spoke to one of my friend, and I told, okay, this is a nice deal. So after college, we are straight away going. So we finished our degree. Then after a 10 days gap, the course was about to start there. So me and one of my friend went there. So to institute in Pune of paper recycling. Then we understood that we are the only two students who are there in that institution. Nobody else is there.
Or
So this was okay, like okay, fine. Then we spoke to him. He told, then they told you go see around places, come back. We will start once students join. So we waited for like 15, 20 days. Then uh, I think another two of other students joined, and maximum the whole overall strength was like 5 people in the whole institution. And this was a government institute, and I mean, you would have figured out how it would have been. I mean, it is the worst infrastructure what it had. It has a roof and the setup and all of that. But we are like, okay, fine. The important thing here is we have to learn how to recycle. Almost like 5, 6 months we were running behind them. They are trying to teach us something, how to make paper and all of that. So it was a 1 year course. Then after 6 months, it was like in the morning we used to there were some theory classes. Then afternoon there used to be how to make papers and kind of a thing. So after that, uh, we figured out that this is not making any sense because these people are like they are not taking classes and things like that. So and by that time we had already learned how to make paper. So we told, okay, so who needs certificates and all of these things? So we left Pune after learning how to make paper. So we came back to Bangalore, figuring out okay, what we'll do. And my friend told no, he'll further continue his study, and he went back. So then I thought, okay, we have started something, and already I fought with my father, telling that I am not going to do IS and I'm going to do paper recycling. And my father is like, if you are going, this is the last day that you're gonna get a penny from me, and you're not going to get any money from me. I like, now, so what? I'll not listen to you. I'm going. That's it. So I went and came back. The thing is, now it's kind of a situation where I came back where I can't say no, 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 no. That was not good. So I'll do something in my life. I'll do something else in my life. I can't say to my father. It's like kind of strict from childhood. So I was a little, uh, uh, very hesitant to tell him that, okay, see, I can't. I had dropped something like this. I had dropped the course, and I've come back. I couldn't tell him. So I thought, okay, let me find if I can do something out of this. But to set up this manufacturing unit, this was quite a expensive task. So then I thought, let me try to do some trading in this. Let me see what happens, whether the paper business can go well. Can I recycle? So I had a guy to with me to make papers. So we used to make some papers and paper products and started selling all of that. What happened, there were some issues where this one of person who I heard wanted some money. Then I had given some money to him. Then he had ran away with that money and all of that. So there was total blunder what happened in that 1.5 year. The thing is, I almost lost like 5 lakh rupees just out of college. Okay, this is happening all of 1.5 years after the college, and I took loan from my mom. My mom did not tell my father that she has given me a loan, but I told I'll give her back. Now the dilemma become even more. The thing is, it's like I can't tell my mom that I've lost her money, and I can't tell my father that I should stop it, and I have to prove that whatever I was in my mind that no, I have to prove that I'm doing fine in life. So it was a big headache. Then I thought, then what we did is, there is one college we went for sales of our products. Then they asked us, can we teach them how to do this? Then they told, yeah, you can, I can teach. I told them. Then they told us to give a quotation. Then I gave them a quotation where we charge around 1,000 rupees per head. Then there was more than like 60 students registered. So we made around like 60,000 rupees in the training. So it is like suddenly it's like boom. Okay, fine. We made some good money. I made some good money, and there is something working out here. Then I started doing this. I started going to schools, teaching this, making money, and pay back my mom's debt. So I used to pay her loan back. So this is what happened, and I was like little calm, because you're paying money back, and people at home are thinking, oh, okay, he's making some money somewhere, so it is working. Since it is starting, he'll make a lot of money later. That is what they're thinking. But I was just, my idea was to pay back the loan what I've taken. Then suddenly when I thought, okay, I should think about the future. How, I mean, I can be doing this training session. This is not me where I should be doing training and earning money and all this. So I thought, let me do something else. I mean, I was interested in studies, but this always wanted to do something kept me, let me try this. Then I thought, okay, let me rejoin. I'll go, go do my masters. Let me check. This all is, you have in your mind safety, security. Let me have some secure life. So at least, when you get married, somebody should not tell, oh, you're just a graduate kind of a thing, feeling in your mind. So all of this was in my mind, and which made me, okay, I should rejoin. I should study, I should go back and study. But I was very clear that no, I don't want to go back and study manage. So I was doing management, so I did not want to do management full time. I mean, I go there and be in the class, where I thought something, management is something where you don't sit in the class and learn, where you also gain some experience how to do it. So then suddenly I got a mail from Christ again, telling that there is something they're starting as called choice-based credit system program, where you will be having some hours where you need to study for that particular. I mean, you have to go to college for that particular hours, and you have to complete the course. So since it was in the evening around 5:30 to 7:30, so which made me like, okay, fine, I can work in the morning, and in the evening I can go to college, and that will be great. That is what I thought. Then I joined the course. So next 2 years, I was working. I was just working, as I was going to different schools, and teaching how to do these products, and earning money, and paying back my debt, and also paying the fees here, and doing my course. So my parents are like, okay, fine, he's got some interest in studies, he has go join back the college, so he'll do something in life. That is what their hope is. Okay. And I'm like, okay, fine. So until they're calm, there's nothing to worry. So I was like, working and getting money from here, and also doing my course. So it was college is always fun. You had the nice jolly days, where 2 years is just, I spent 2 years there. Then came a situation, is what next. So I finished my management post graduation. But the thing was, one thing which went into my mind is like, I'm not happy with what post graduation what I've done. The thing is, I'm not that deep into management, so I wanted to understand the management course into at a deeper level. So I was like, what should I do next? The question is very simple. I mean, the answer is very simple. Is that I don't want to work for some process in a company. I was very clear about that. So that I am not a guy who can sit there for 9 hours or 10 hours or whatever it is and work for a particular process uh, in a company. So I was very clear about this. So now what is next? So I can't do this. So I was just thinking about too many things. Should I get this life skills program running in the school? Because life skill is something which is all the kids are losing out in today's. I was just brainstorming different ideas. So I was going to schools, trying along with this paper products, pottery, and also working with carpenters, electricians, bringing this as a course to the school. Tried quite a lot of things.
A signal problem.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Okay. Then I'll go on.
No, you
Yeah.
completely faded out in between. I was not able to hear anything. Okay, no, continue.
Yeah, it's audible. Yeah. Please go ahead, Ashit.
Okay. Yeah. So now, it is a very dilemma in a life where what do I do? Should I do this? So what next 6 months after my post graduation, I went on with the school things because it was getting me some money. So I was like, okay, let me till I figure out, let me do with this school thing, having different life skills programs and all. So I was in that stage where I was thinking, should I do this? Should I not do this? Then I thought, okay, fine. If when I'm doing, when I want to know more about, so even if I have to start something, so I need to learn management at a deeper level. So let me do something where understand management at its the core, the core of management. Then because I was a little shattered because the old paper thing was it went down, and whatever life skills at schools what I was supposed to do, uh, even that was not giving me happiness. So I was thinking that okay, my concepts are not strong, so I have to get my concepts right. So I have to. So what next? So the next thing is to get my concept next is I think I have to go with a PhD where I can learn at a deeper level and learn different things. I mean, at a deeper level, I understand it, and let me see. Then can I figure out something what I can do? So this is all went in my mind. Then I joined. There was this entrance exam at Jain University. Then got into Jain University for a PhD program. Then once the PhD program started, it almost so the first year you will be having the course work. So I went on to the course. So there was we need to discuss few articles in the course and understand what does it exactly mean. So that classes was like really nice. So what I wanted to understand management at a core level is something what I was getting, but my performance at PhD was very poor because somewhere where what I can map is wherever till PhD whatever I've done, um, I've done. I mean, to my satisfaction, where okay, I've performed good. Where at PhD, I was totally when I was doing PhD, almost a year I've done it. More than a year. The thing is, it was very disturbing because I was not able to perform better because of quite a lot of things. The thing is, one thing is thinking about the future. What next? So, should I uh, like get no? The thing is, company. No, I can't get in. The thing is, should I do the PhD and get back? Should I go to teaching? On safer side, there is this net exam. If you guys know, so for becoming an assistant professor and all these things. So in the house there was little benefit of doubt that no, this guy will not do. He's putting his legs into too many things and is not doing anything. So I thought, let me write this net exam and clear it, and at least you are on a safer side. Wherever you go, whichever college you go, you get a job and you can at least teach and earn your living. So then I wrote net, then I cleared net, and then I started going to a couple of colleges uh, as a guest faculty to teach for an hour, 2 hours in a day. So even this was happening. I was going to schools, teaching life skills. This was happening. Here I was at a PhD where trying to learn management concepts, but that was not going good. Okay, as per my, I'm not performing well, but the thing is, I was really learning quite a lot of things there about the core concepts of management and things like that. So there was a series of things which was happening in my life where it was very very tough, where not clear about the future, not clear about there was no good response from the home, and maybe in another two, the thought is that in another 2 years you need to get married and you have to uh, you know settle in life to start a life, and you see some of your friends already, you know they're all into the job and they're all earning, and you are all sitting here and you're not earning much. No, much as in you're not earning anything and doing too many odd jobs to make ends meet, and you can't go back and ask money at the house, and you're not performing well at the PhD. There was quite a lot of things which are happening. It's like it was very much, you know, it's entirely about thinking. I mean, I was thinking quite a lot without me knowing. I got into a mental health issues. Like I started thinking too much. Then mental health issue was very bad. So I didn't know for a month that I was in a mental health issue. Then I had to uh, go and meet a psychiatrist, psychologist, telling that, "Oh, this is what has happened," and things like that. So it was really a tough period for almost a year, for almost 7, 8 months. You know, I stopped everything. Like I had to quit PhD. I quit I wrote a letter telling that no, I cannot continue. I wrote a mail telling that I can't continue this because I'm not performing according to the expectations. Then I dropped going to schools because somewhere I felt no, this is not what I mean, I'm just doing this to make ends meet. Then I am not going to college to teach because I know I don't want to teach because I am not that person who can just go in front of 80 students and teach them something. I don't want to do that. I mean, there is maybe this might be after some point of time, but this is not how I need to start. I wanted to start my profession. So there's this blank. This is a very blank time in life where I did not want to do anything. So this turned really bad. Then I was at home for almost 8 months, 8 to 9 months. Did not wanted to meet anybody. Did not wanted to. So I was very anxious. I got into anxiety. So they diagnosed as a OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. So this disorder is quite. It was it was quite serious to me because I was scared of going out of the house. I was scared of meeting anybody. It was. Uh, I mean, it is very hard to explain this, but it was very tough. Now, so this moment of life, uh, the thing is, I was already now I am 28, 26. I was, yeah, so 26, and not doing anything and sitting back at home. So now the question comes like, what is the purpose, this of life, and how do you want to live your the further life? The question is, living every other day become very difficult. Like, you know like, okay, what today I woke up, what today, what I would maximum do is take water, go water some plants and things like that. So now in a situation where it took me some time to reflect back because I had to come out of this anxiety first of all. So this mental health issue, what I had, I have to come out to do something. That is a challenge. So I took some time to come out of mental health issue. Then what I did is, uh, okay, then started reflecting slowly. What should I do? And one of my friend had a workshop where some of the corporates had come to do farming in village near Magadi. So somewhere what I felt is that okay, I should go. I started going out. Slowly I took tablets, and after a couple of therapy sessions, I was quite okay. Then, so the more you sit at home, the more it is going to be increasing. So I thought, let me go out and explore and things like that. So that is when I reflected, what should I do and things like that. Then, as I told, I was attending one of my friend's workshop. I mean, it was where corporates were coming to village and exploring village and things like that. So I had gone with him. So somewhere in the life, so somewhere in that point of time, I felt, okay, let me try to do, because that was a nice feeling. Going back to the village is something which brought my childhood memories back. So this is where I lived, and this is what I kind of enjoyed. And here in Bangalore, I came to explore and do something big, but things are not working, and I think I should get back and see if I can do anything here. So in the workshop, I had got to meet this around two. There are two people, where one was an engineer and one guy is a organic farmer from 10 years. So then I got to meet him, and I spoke to them. So this is what I do, and this is what. So can I ask them? Can I come to village and explore things there and things like that? And they're like, okay, come. So you can explore and things like that. So I started coming to this village in Ramnagar called Nijapanadodi, this village name where I stay now. So I started exploring. I started being with some farmers. So the same nature of me, it's kind of more of an entrepreneurial. So I was thinking of, okay, I was listening to them and I saw a lot of opportunities here. Okay, we could do this with farmers, we can do that with farmers, and all of that. So I stayed almost for 8 months working with farmers. I was on ground, so I was doing all sorts of work what a farmer does, plowing and sowing seeds. I didn't know what is a seed. I didn't know what is a plant. I had zero knowledge about all of this. Even though I was grown up in a small town, but no idea about farming. Okay. So, but the thing is, I spent time here talking to everybody in the village, working with the farmer as a farmer, zero expectation. So now I have decided that after the mental health issue, whatever I do it for my happiness. Okay, I don't give a damn what my parents say. I don't give a damn should I get married or not. I don't give a damn what others say, or should I earn, or I don't give a damn if I should become something big in life. So my only objective is to come here, stay, and explore. This is the only thing. So when I came here, the first thing which happened to me is there is quite a lot of time. I mean, the whole day is yours. You don't know what to do. So there was a situation in life where in Bangalore, I was so much stuck in, like, I would spend almost like what 4 5 hours traveling. My house is like far from the city. I stay near airport. Okay, so I would always come back to the city and go back and travel almost 4 hours in the traffic, and almost I was tired every day doing in nothing fruitful. So here I come to the village and I have all the time in the world. You don't know what to do. Morning I got up 6 o'clock. What I'll do? I'll go, then I'll go milk the cow with them and start working with them. And at the end of the day, I felt very happy because okay, it was a nice day. Quite a lot of things. Nice. So almost 8 months I spent with them to get to know all of this. So how do they farm? How do they sow seeds? How do they plow the land? So then I figured out these other things. Okay, now the thing is, there are few issues with them in terms of applying too much of chemicals to the to the earth, and some they put some pesticides and all of that. So then chat with all of these farmers. Then I try to figure out. Then we reached out few scientists. There is something called Krishi Vignana Kendra. So sat with them for almost 4 months, figuring out how to deal with this, then concluded a model. Okay, how we can work with this farmers. Okay, so now we have started an organization called Beru. So Beru means roots. Beru in Kannada is roots. So overall, the objective of this organization right now we are working with two different entities. One is we are working with customers as well as the farmers. So with the farmers, we give them technical advice in regarding how to grow organically, how to reduce the usage of chemicals step by step, and grow vegetables, different things in the farm, and how, and also what do we do is what is right now happening with the farmers is whatever they produce, they go and they go to the APMC market. So there they, you, with the help of a middleman, they sell it to some wholesaler to retailer, and retailer to the customer. This is how the chain of series of vegetables reaching customer, which is happening. This is how supply chain is here. So we thought we had made for an experiment. What we did is we tried to sell this vegetables directly to the customers in Ramnagara. So we made a WhatsApp group. So initially we had three customers. So and we have around 10-15 farmers, but farmers grow in a very huge quantity. Now we started small, distributing vegetables, 3, 4, 5 people, and also we are trying to sell to these people nearby. Then slowly the word of mouth spread, and now we have closely around 120 customers. So whatever we grow here directly, so there's a WhatsApp group what we have created for the local. So here what we do is uh, we update on Saturday night or Sunday morning about what are the vegetables and groceries available with us, and they order online. I mean, they reply on WhatsApp what are all they require. Monday we go and deliver. And now, as of now, we are doing around 25,000 to 30,000 transaction every week. So this is the output. So now we have plans. I mean, this another till the lockdown, since we are in lockdown. So we will be working with designing the supply chain here, to make sure this all 100 customers are happy and satisfied. At least the 90% of the customers should be happy about whatever the products are we are delivering directly from the farm. So we are making sure that these have no pesticides free. I mean, no pesticides are sprayed to it, and also whenever they harvest, the next day the customer is gonna get directly into their house. So we're making sure that, and if this 100 turn out to be a proper effective thing, and if our supply chain works out better, so the replication becomes very easy, and we would replicate to Bangalore market and expand the entire thing. So this is what is happening right now in the village. It's been, I think, second year, at the end of second year, where I am there in the village. So working with farmers with great excitement. And the thing is, even today we are not making any revenue. I mean, even I'm not. So I'm staying in a farmer house. I'm not paying rent, and the food is free. They're giving food to me, and yeah, I think apart from that, everything is great in the village. I had no clue. I knew no one. I mean, now I know every house, every person in every house. So it's been a great feeling. Morning we get up early, and evening we play games here. So all that childhood memories, work, fun, everything we have. I mean, now it's kind of a greater satisfaction, greater happiness. Uh, this is what it is. This is the brief story what I could say to you guys.
Harshit, I asked you about your major milestones. You told me the story about your whole life.
I don't know. I mean, I can't specifically. I mean, point down what are the
No,
milestones. You
no,
pick what are the milestones in this. I could tell my story. This is my story. I can't take and tell this is my milestone.
no, that's okay. But all of my questions have been answered through your story. But I would like to know what is the most rewarding thing about having your own business in. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was the most having your own business? See, for me, what I could say is that having own business or you're working somewhere, that doesn't matter. So, what it actually matters is are you finding happiness in what you're doing? So, see, in a day, almost 10 to 14 hours in a day we spend working, right?
Yes.
So, yeah. So, I mean, the entire day is about working. And if you don't find happiness in whatever you're doing, the objective of your working is just earning money. Then I don't feel any purpose. So it's something which is making you happy, which is making you feel at the end, good at the end of the day. Then it is a great thing. So yeah, that is what I could say. So it doesn't matter whether you have your own business or you're working somewhere, unless and until you are doing what you are happy with, then it is great.
Okay. So from what I've got, you're happy with how your life turned out, even though there have been so many ups and downs. Like it was constant throughout, but you emerged victorious at the end of it.
Yeah, the thing is, it doesn't require to be victorious. The thing is, we constantly figure out. See, we fall, we get up, but the very important thing is we need to get up. So, some point of life, if we don't get up, then it is going to be very harsh.
I think all of our listeners, I mean, our dreamers have been very inspired by your story, and everybody's commenting that it's amazing and inspirational. But one of our viewers have a question. They want to know, Pravati Banda wants to know, did you face any difficulties to form or establish an organization?
Yes, see, there are obvious problems. What I can see is rather problem. There are more challenges you find while establishing an organization. So, but see, what helped me was to establish the organization is our my core concepts of management, because because of that, at least I could understand where I am going towards, in the direction which I'm going towards. So does it is going to work or does not, whether it does not go to work. So I was able to judge because of the help of the core concepts of management which I've learned. So what I could suggest is that, yeah, have some theoretic proofs, have some good reading about that, so that might will help you to overcome those challenges.
No. You also spoke about the mental health issues, right? I think our generation as a whole is more accepting towards it, but otherwise people tend to be ignorant, or sometimes it's just really difficult to accept it because of the stigmatization that comes with it. So what would you like to say to those who are going to something similar? Maybe they're just finding it difficult to admit it to themselves.
See, what I could suggest is that first we need to accept it. So, yeah, of course, many people told me that you have a mental health issue. And I was like, huh? Nonsense. How can I have a mental health issue? I was like, oh, I know you, so my ex-girlfriend was a clinical psychologist. So she used to tell me that I think this is towards, uh, you know, I think you have some health issues. You should go and meet a psychologist. So my immediate response is like, no. I'm like, how I can have mental health issue? I know I speak a lot of people. I have so much of busy life, and I am with, so I'm an outgoing person. All of this, how can I have a mental health issue? When some people, there are instances where many people have come to me. I have solved their problems. You don't tell me all of this. See, I was also very reluctant about it, but it can come to anybody. So you are an introvert, you are an extrovert, you are a prime minister or a common man, anybody can get a mental health issue. That is, mental health issue is quite common. So first thing is we need to accept that, okay, fine. When something is not going right, yeah, maybe the stress which we are going through, and your stress cannot be cleared out going out for a trip, or doing being with some friends who can make you happy. It doesn't go. You need to find the source of where the problem lies. So, and you need to address it. So the first thing what I from my experience tell that is that please accept that you have a mental health issue if you have. Okay, and do everything possible to overcome it. Okay, so go to your therapy sessions regularly, follow your psychologist, what do they say, and psychiatrists will prescribe you some medicine, please do take it. Okay, so follow the therapy sessions, then go on, then it becomes easy to move on in life, so you can overcome, or else it's terrible feeling.
That's true. Okay. You're very inspirational. Everybody is very motivated, and yeah, you managed to touch everybody's hearts. Balaji has a question. He wants to know, what are your future plans?
Okay, future plans, as of right now, we are all, I mean, whatever we are trying to do is something which is uh, this project is going to take us for uh, quite a lot of time, maybe many years. So now our idea is to work with farmers, uh, providing them our farm inputs. So how we get our food or vegetables delivered to house. So we are also planning to deliver farmer inputs like menus, seeds, and everything to their doorstep, and also get them some advisory in terms of their you know growing their crops, and also providing direct market access to their produce. I think to do this sounds very small, but this is a huge work. So this is going to take us many years to form this and replicate into many other places. So as of now, that is the only plan which is there with us. So nothing else.
Uh, how would you say the current COVID scenario is affecting Indian agriculture and your profession as a whole?
Okay, so one thing is everybody has to eat every day, so that is for sure. So COVID hasn't touched the village life so far. So people are here farming better. Yes, there are few issues in terms of reaching their product and to the market and things like that. So I think there should be necessary steps that need to be taken in terms of reaching their produce to the markets. And now there are there was a lot of farmers who got affected because initially due to they were not able to transport their vegetables and things like that. But what I could tell is that they need to find a necessary way where this could be transported. See, as of farming as concerned, farmers are every day getting up and getting into the farming land and they're farming. So there is no issues with that. The only thing the government need to make sure is that how safely this has been transported to the markets, and the money has been given to the customers. Sorry, the farmers. So that is a major thing that need to be looked after.
Uh, do you have what would you say to the youth of today? Like, what message would you like to give them about farming as a profession?
Farming as a profession, what message I can give them is that this is a beautiful thing. Everybody needs to learn at least something about farming, because we are all so busy in doing our own stuff. The happiness of growing something is something which cannot be explained, but it is something which is felt. So what I could say is that whoever 22 people we have, please come down to the village. We are open. You can come here, try to experience this farming things, and I think you will feel that much happiness that you have in life. So at least we need to know how to grow our own food. That is important, right?
Yeah.
So at least we know basics of our food. So I think for that they need to come and work in the farm and get that experience. That is a beautiful experience.
Yeah. Arpita would like to know if what is your future plan regarding agriculture, and if any progress and planning in the field of agriculture to improve the status of the farmers.
Yeah. So as I told, our plan is to make sure that two things: to make sure we provide technical advice to their produce and also provide direct market access. So when we are talking about direct market access, we are making sure that at least 70% of the revenue goes to the farmer. So for example, the vegetable is selling at 10 rupees, the 7 rupees has to go to the person who has grown it. So we are trying to stick on to that model, and as of now, it is working out great. So when we cut down all the middlemen, so what happens usually is we sell it. They sell it at 6 rupees or 7 rupees. By the time you sell it in the market, the customer are going to pay 20, 25 rupees. Whereas because of this middleman issues, so they are getting at a very they're selling at a very lesser price. So we are trying to make sure that you know uh, we are providing at least 70% of the retail price to the farmers, so that they will not be much affected by that. And also we are trying to get some data. We are working currently with around 15 farmers, so we are having what we are maintaining their cost sheets. So we are trying to see how much each crop they have spent money, and we are also making sure that at least they're gonna get 30% uh, return about for what they have invested in.
Okay. Uh, Mary would like to know if you think there is any relationship between the lifestyle you lead and your mental health.
Yeah, lifestyle as in, so what I could say is that the more physically active you are, the less tendency to be you are affected by mental health issue, because of one single reason, that there is when you work more physically, or for example when we play more games, we do physical stuff, so there is something we feel happy, because there is some chemical release in your mind telling that, which makes you feel better. Okay, so yeah, this, and again your food, the more junk, the more non-veg, all of this put your energies down and makes you think a lot. So we need to, yeah, there is certain life, there is a link between your lifestyle and the mental health. There need to be a little more healthy practice towards lifestyles, then your more of mental health will also be not an issue.
Your love for the environment almost made you consider being vegan for a while. Are you still practicing that?
No, 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 I am not vegan. No. At times we do eat non-veg. I do eat non-veg. Yeah. So I'm not turned vegan, but I'm trying, but I'm not able to quit. I'm trying much to become a vegan, but not able to do it.
Okay. Okay. We have like we'll take like two more questions from the viewers. Baker Prem Kumar wants to know if you feel confident that your new initiative is providing the security you need for your personal life, or does it just bring you happiness and ultimately that's what important in life? How would you respond to that?
Yes, money is something, yes, absolutely everybody requires. So there is no doubt in that. Again, the question is how much money we require. That depends. Whatever model right now, as of now, we have planned and we're working. Yes, it does bring me some money, um, for my for security of my family. What I could say is that, and also the future plans definitely will bring in some money to organization as well as to me. So I'm quite sure about whatever the initiative right now I'm doing. It is also generating money out of it. It is not just the social service. I'm not here to do social service. I also first your service, then social service. So yeah, it will, you need money at the end of the day. Yes, whatever I am initiative, what I have taken right now, yes, it does generate some money.
Okay. We have one last question for today, and that is what root problems are you facing as a farmer, like in relation to production, harvesting, marketing, etc.?
Yeah, there is it's a very big question. There are quite a lot of problems, but I'll brief in a very small way that I could say that there is the importance is that you need to gain confidence of a farmer. The very first important thing is they will not let you unless you have the confidence of a farmer. Then there are a lot of technical issues. Indian agriculture is facing quite a lot of problem in terms of technical expertise, so this need to be addressed. So the technology has come in, but it has not come into a greater extent. So a lot of marginal farmers are suffering right now. So as a organization, what I could say is that you need to manage both your suppliers as well as your customers. So suppliers are our farmers. We have quite a lot of initiatives like bringing corporates into this farmers field and making them work, and at least getting them sponsorship in terms of their seeds and things like that, so that their raw material cost comes down. So there are quite a lot of problems. And also we should, since it is perishables ones, vegetables, we have to make sure that this reaches out customers requirements are very different. I mean, we need to understand our customers first, in terms of they will they'll order a half kg, and like 1 kg and 2 kg, in terms of whatever quantity we are getting, like tons, and where what we are supplying is in kgs, it is quite difficult. So this also need to be addressed. Again, people need to be educated. So we are always shocking cucumber 40 rupees, oh my god, this is too much. 20 rupees too much. This is the attitude what we have got from so many years, telling tomatoes 50 rupees, 20 rupees, whatever we have got. So whenever we went to sales, and we have some customers telling, "Appa, ಈ ಟೊಮೊಟೊ 20 ರೂಪಾಯಿನಾ, ಹೊರಗಡೆ 5 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇದೆ." So there's 5 rupees outside, here you're selling at 20 rupees. All of these problems you get. So it's quite common. So we need to get over all of this, educate them, and there's quite a lot of issues that we have also addressed so far, and we will address further more issues. So what you could say is, come down here, you will figure out quite a lot of things.
Yes. Okay. Before Manish gives the conclusion, what are the 3 insights you would like to give to the dreamers?
What are the 3 insights? Okay, so yeah, maybe the first one is keep dreaming. Second one is always do which brings you more happiness. I mean, your initiatives, or your see, I mean, your work, or whatever steps that you take in your life is it should make you uh, more happy or more satisfied. You should feel good for yourself. So that is the second thing. The third thing is, don't give a damn to anybody, anyone, any uh, uh, for anything else. I mean, what I mean to say is that it's okay, everything is what we experience. Let's experience, take the life as it comes, but we don't want to sit back and say that no, it is not possible with me. Just go reflect, and you will do better. Yeah.
Thank you, Harshith. I would like to hand it over to Mr. Manish.
What stories right from your getting to an IS, that your first company, to joining your PhD, to becoming unwell with certain mental issues, and starting with farmers. Wow. I mean, it was such a amazing story, inspiring story, and I do see. I mean, the pressure, the tension that you have gone through in such a short span of life. I mean, you are just 28 years old, and you have faced so much in your life. I mean, so I have captured a few interesting points that I will just for the benefit of all our audience. Uh, I like how you told how the town boy became a I mean, became a metropolitan college boy. I mean, that was very interesting. I heard you talking about how MAD inspired you to teach the children. Then you told about the IAS story, uh, which actually helped you venture out to various locations in India and search for something that you were always interested in. So that actually tells us that we have to always explore the world before we finalize our career. Then you talked about losing money, especially when you were just out of college, and how you diligently paid back all those money, even though those money was given to you by your mother. I mean, uh, I really liked because now many people don't even pay other debtors. You told that you paid back all the money to your mother. Amazing. Happiness matters. That is one other point that I heard from you. And your story of how you became mentally ill and how you came out of it is very inspiring because there's always a stigma associated with our community that yeah, mental health issue is a problem, and it's not. I mean, you also told that you can never get it, but yeah, it's a very inspirational way you actually put it across because there are lots of people who try to chase their dreams. They feel that they are lost, they are isolated. I mean, they feel so bad and they quit. But the moral of your story, when things are tough, the tough gets going. I remember you using one word, stand up. We need to stand up. I mean, that was a very powerful word, which I liked. And your concept of giving back 70% to the farmers, wow, how many people does this today? So I think your story is very inspirational, and I'm pretty much sure all our audiences, all the dreamers that were with us today, will take at least something back. And I liked your one of your concluding remarks, which you told important, but how much one needs, how much one really needs. So I think that is the most important point that I would take back today. And let me take this opportunity to thank you for spending time with us, sharing your experiences. It will really help our dreamers when they face issues while they pursue their dreams. They can relate to your life. And let me also take this opportunity to thank Neha and all the participants to spend their time with us in this and hearing this journey of yours. So thank you all. Till we meet next week with our next guest. Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Bye. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.